You're listening to the Mind Triggers podcast with 9 Nils, Juicy, Henny Luke, and Jay always in the background. And remember, the whole team gotta win.
Paper planes, Mary Jane, take a puff, we on our way.
This is Jay, always in the background.
I'm Juicy.
Henny Luke.
Now, today we have a new podcast guest. She's Siren from Kinky Game Night and other adventures. Now, let's start with her intro.
She's a writer, a businesswoman,
A masturbation enthusiast, a lover of liberation,
and also exploring all kinks and fetish queen. Here we go. Welcome. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you guys?
Thank you. Thanks for coming on. Appreciate you.
Of course. Of course.
Now, can you tell us about the Kinky Game Night?
Can I tell you about Kinky Game Night? Okay, but like what part? That's kind of like a broad question.
What is it?
Yeah. Start off with that.
So Kinky Game Night is a body, kink, and sex positive space that advocates for elite expression and expression of self. Our tagline is, what would you do as the freest version of yourself? If you could not be judged, if you didn't have to come in and think about your occupation, your income, how every action or move you did would judge you or, have consequences, what would you be doing as the freest version of yourself? And KGN is that type of playground.
Nice. That's a nice little playground. Yeah.
Right. Interesting. I like being free.
Don't we all?
So how long has it been around?
So KGN was formed in 2019.
That's right when COVID hit, right?
A year before.
Okay.
Yeah. But the thing is that, so like we did it for like 5 months in 2019. Mm-hmm. And then I did take about a year off to just like focus. I was doing a lot of traveling. I lived internationally at the time. So it was a little bit difficult to manage that and be living abroad. But then when I came back to the States in the latter half of 2020 and kind of started it back up, that's when COVID and everything like that happened. So it's been like consistently operating for about a year.
Okay.
Nice. How did you come up with like the concept?
So it was a sub business of a first business that I had that was called We Keep It Candid. And We Keep It Candid was like a game-based interactive forum where we it was a community forum. So we talked about all things Black people in love, Black people in dating, Black people in kink, Black people in sex, Black people in double standards. Just really exploring our interpersonal relationships with each other. And within that, because we were already an interactive game-based forum, we were like, oh, well, let's try like different events. And in Los Angeles, like game nights were really popular and Taco Tuesdays were really popular. So we were like, okay, how about we do like a Taco Tuesday game night? We're like, what are we going to call it? Kinky Game Night. So that's kind of how it happened. We didn't think that Kinky Game Night would become what it was. It was just supposed to be a type of event within We Keep It Candid, but then it became like its own entity.
Okay.
So I heard you say we. So it's like who? So you have partners in this, or?
I don't have partners, but I do have like dream team members. Yes.
Okay, and you guys, you said based out of LA?
Yes. Some are based in Dallas, though. We just we have a second it's like our second primary base, like our secondary base.
When's the one coming in Jersey?
I definitely want to hit the East Coast, but New York would be like the priority for me, for sure.
So what's the process like? Like you gotta like sign up, subscription base, pay monthly to join.
No, so you have to pass our vetting process. We have what is called the Eve vetting process.
It's like a background check.
No, it's like a intuitive, like video session that we do to figure out would you be the ideal type of person for our community. And once you pass the Eve vetting process, then you're able to purchase tickets. But it's not open for the public. Like just because you have the money to attend doesn't mean you can attend. You have to be vetted and pass vetting. And not everybody, actually a lot of people don't pass.
Wow, nice. So face cards ain't working, y'all.
Are there any rules to the Kinky Game Night?
There's lots of rules, but the primary one is consent, like don't touch people. Also, just recognizing that it's not a sex party, like that's also why we have such elite vetting systems is because, spaces that are like free like ours, that's like very body positive. You can come naked, all these things. Within that, you have to like make sure you're only dealing with people that are like high caliber type of people on an energetic level, because some people will come thinking like, oh man, okay, I can pay this high price ticket and I'm about to get X, Y, and Z. And it's like, no, that's not what it's about. Now can that type of expression happen? Yes. But it's actually a small percentage of people that do that. It's like an energy realm that people pay to get into. Like it's a unique vibe that is hard to kind of experience in the real world, because the real world is so fake. Everybody has masks on to preserve their livelihood, to work, to,
True.
all the labels that they have, whether they're a mom, they're a sister, they're a friend, they're a community member, they're a politician. That requires them to put on certain masks. So people pay what they pay when they seek out spaces like Kinky Game Night to be free. What would you be as the freest version of yourself? That might look like sensual intimacy with another person, but oftentimes it's not. It's just the energy that they're paying for, like the realm of that type of space.
That's a good concept.
Right.
It's a very good concept.
So how do you like sign up or join?
So if there's like an experience or something like that, I mean, people can get vetted before an experience, but usually an influx of like applications will come in when an experience is about to come up, and they would go through like our vetting process. And then after they go through our vetting process, we would ask them what tier do they want to buy into for that event. And each event is different. Like different events offer different, it could be a solo ticket, a duo ticket. Maybe they want a VIP, like section experience. Like that's up to them. But before they're able to attend, they do have to pass vetting.
It seemed like one
and
of the
that's
things.
just about reaching out to the page.
It seemed like one of the things you got to know is going on to know about it. Like if you're not in that community, you would never know anything about it. It seemed like.
So I'll say that like Kinky Game Night is a little bit, yes, in the sense of like, I think that kink culture in general, like to find a kink space that, or like like that type of space that's for you, you do have to, it's kind of like, if you know, but also, because KGN is not a LS, which is a lifestyle party, and it's not a sex party, and it's a, like the name of it itself, Kinky Game Night, like it's a game night. There's performances, there's activities, there's practice, all of these things. It spreads a little bit easier on social media than some other like underground type of like LS or sex party scenes. So we are a little bit more mainstream than some other brands that might kind of be in this like semi-same industry.
Now, for the people that don't know, what is LS?
Lifestyle.
Okay. Yes, I had no idea. I was lost for a second.
Yeah.
So what's the Siren Woman family?
Yeah, so Siren Sorority is it's a sorority that it's a femme-empowered sorority that acts as that constant energetic space for centrally empowered women, centrally empowered femmes. Within the sorority, there's a lot of perks, so like we do vacations, we have like our siren outings. For sirens that are entrepreneurs, they get like a 6-figure siren mentorship under me. I have like extensive experience and mentorship from, like a lot of 6 and 7-figure entrepreneurs. I myself have always been able to accumulate, 6-figure businesses.
I'm talking about. Hold on, Queen. We got to celebrate you. Hold on, Queen. Talk it.
No, I'm not a 7-figure entrepreneur yet, but I definitely have reached like that 6-figure. And so it's about that though, for people who are like an entrepreneur, right? It's like, how do you build a business that has an internal ecosystem? Because when you can build an internal ecosystem within your business, then you are destined to be 6 and 7 figures, because you're going to have people naturally aligning to your vision, but it's their vision too. So they're going to work just as hard as you, and you don't have to have so much overhead because everybody has the same vision, So it's about taking your business model and figuring out, well, what is that internal ecosystem like? So like, for instance, Siren Sorority, for instance, is the ecosystem to Kinky Game Night, because Siren Sorority, sorors they pledge an annual membership fee. And when they come in, they get access to a lot of resources. They get access to a lot of tools. They get access to learning how do you make money, premium price, as a centrally empowered femme. And also they gain the database and the resources of KGN. So a lot of times they pay into the sorority, but they'll end up making that money back by working through KGN, and like gaining that experience, the gaining a role, like they could be employed by KGN. So it becomes an internal system. It's like you're literally paying into your own future. You're paying to make money with the company or whatever the case may be. So it's figuring out, what does those internal ecosystems look like with your own business? Because there's always an internal ecosystem. It's just about figuring out, where is that? Like, how do you eat, but also make sure your team eats, so that the business can build and expand. Because a lot of businesses are on an individual, and nobody's gonna, that's where you got to be paying all this. It becomes so expensive because your business only sets you up for success. It doesn't set anybody else up for success. So ain't nobody about to be thinking about what your vision is. But when your vision can naturally align to their vision, it becomes their vision. And it's about figuring out, well, what is that internal ecosystem? So they learn those tools, like they're set up for success. That's the story.
You like vacations, right?
I do.
You like outings, right?
I do. I love outings. So how would someone join the Siren sorority?
So they would also go through an application process. Not everybody that applies gets in. Usually we only accept maybe 5 or 6 of like the 80 people that try to apply.
Okay. It's a secret society. All we ask is trust.
Well, you got to make sure that you guys are energetically aligned, because you let the wrong energy in, it can collapse. So,
no, you're right. Sheesh. Now, anything else that everybody that don't know out there that you want to share about the business before we get into some of our spicy questions for you?
No, but like, come out, experience it. Don't ever say that something is not for you if you've never tried it, because you don't know, like what you think it might be, it's not, it's look at it as being, there's a plot, right? There's plot, and there's all these little plot lines. And, all of them lead to a different climax. All of them lead to a different narrative and a different story. So you get to come in with all of these plot lines, and you get to decide, well, what is my story going to be tonight? It's completely up to you. And that's what Kinky Game Night is. So
it's a great concept.
Have a good time. And don't limit yourself. What would you do is the freest version of yourself. That's it.
Now, do you have any fetishes?
Do I have any fetishes? I don't have any fetishes. I do have kinks, I have things that I enjoy in the kink world. I don't have fetishes, I don't think. No.
Now, what do you enjoy?
I love wax play. I love temperature play. I love spankings. Like, I'm a very submissive archetype, but I am like a bratty archetype. I'm not like a traditional brat though. I'm not like I'm gonna talk back and roll my I'm definitely more of like oh my gosh, I'm so my feelings are so hurt. I'm just gonna sit here and pout until you come and give me my way type of brat, you know. So
Hey.
definitely more of like a damsel in distress type
Okay.
Yes, but I'm definitely bratty. Like I will shut down and just be sad all day, puppy eyes until I get my way.
Wait,
So
what's your sign?
Libra,
Okay.
but I am an Aries moon and a Capricorn rising. So
Look, you like helping dancers, right? Now look. Huh?
I like helping people, yes.
Okay, there we go. now, can you look at somebody and tell what you think they're into? Like when they like at these game nights?
No.
I already see where this is going.
No.
I already see it exactly.
Let me tell you something. You really cannot. Like, there was this guy that he's a kinkster of mine. So, like, we had, like, you know, I'm very close to my kinksters. I try to, like, really build relationships with all of them. So, we're, like, having this conversation. And this guy is, like, he looks like an entire model, okay? And, you know, he's like, yeah, sometimes it's just hard to, like, you know, he's like, some places say they're spaces of freedom, but they don't really be spaces of freedom. And I'm like, anytime someone starts talking like that, it probably means that they're into something that is like very unconventional.
Some wild shit.
Right. So I'm like, this guy. So he's talking and stuff like that. I'm like, well, why do you feel like you can't be free in freedom spaces, you know? And like, he's like 100% into scatting, you know, like he likes.
Wait, what is scatting?
He likes scatting is when you're into like shit play. Shit play and you know, like so he kinda had like a fetish with
wow.
With like fluids, you know, so like shit play, throw up, all of that type of stuff.
Did y'all know about this?
Count me out. No.
Did you ever heard about that?
Nah, when I heard it scatting, I thought of like beep.
I never heard of scatting before. This is the first time.
Yeah, so like scatting, golden showers, that type of stuff.
Okay.
So, you know, and so we were having a talk about that of like, well, you know, like people, it's like just because like freedom for you doesn't mean like you get freedom access to anyone, you know, like there's reasons why a person might not be into that, you know, like it could be concern of like bacteria or like any of these things. Like me, I am a complete hypochondriac, you know, like I always think, don't let me have a pimple on my hand. I'm running to the doctor. Like, oh my God, why do I have acne on my hand? You know, so I would be like, you know, shit play. I would be like, oh my gosh, is my stomach gonna explode?
Yeah, was he the only one in the group that was into that?
No, there's scatting communities. Like there's people that are like way into it, you know.
I don't know how would you even bring that up to somebody. The only thing I can think of is when that Biggie interlude. She wanted him to cock over and shit on her stomach. When the Biggie, you don't listen to Biggie.
Yeah, that's scatting. That's shit play. So, you know, I don't know. I feel like for like kink and fetishes in general, like one, they'll probably try to find groups that cater specifically to that. Like they'll try to find like now that's where it becomes if you know, you know. You know, like I wouldn't know about any scatting communities because I'm not into scat, but like they exist. They're very underground though. They're very discreet. They're very, you know,
that is something new.
Secretive.
Never knew about that one.
Yeah.
Would you be a phone sex operator? I feel like you have a pretty sexy, sensual type of voice.
Oh, thank you. I'm not opposed to it. Now, I just, you know, I'm such a like, oh Lord, I am such a, like, I was talking to one of my good friends, she's also a Siren Trinity about this, of like, I am not charming. I'm charming when I want to be charming, but I'm not naturally charming. Like some people, you won't know if they like you or not because they're such a charmer. You will know if I like you or not because I'm not a fake, you know, I'm not good at faking. Like I either like you or I don't like you. So with the phone sex, it would be like, damn, like this is. Ooh, I'm yawning. I'm about to go to sleep. You get what I'm saying? So I would have to really. I mean, I did. Yeah, I got my degree in theater arts, so it's like of course, I could fourth wall and like be an actor and all those things for it, but there's just so much energy work. It's like, oh, Lord, oh.
Okay, so give us an example.
Of phone sex? Mm-hmm. Okay, which one of y'all I'm talking to?
You can talk to me.
I can talk to you? Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, how was your day?
I had a long, rough day.
A long, rough day?
Mm-hmm.
Can I do something to make it better for you?
Absolutely.
What can I do?
Got her nervous. She don't know. Look like she nervous. She don't know.
Over there blushing and
And
shit.
cut. Come on now. You know this costs like 99 cents a minute, right? Like $2 a minute. You ready? Come on.
You gotta come there and know what you want, right?
Yeah. She's like, I don't know. Do my math. I don't know.
She walking in the Burger King like, let me get a
A motherfucking
You got her nervous. Thank you. Like, you done?
Hey, you know what I'm here for.
Get out of here. Tomato. Thank you. That was nice. That was you do have that voice is very nice. Now, since we all talk about phone sex operators, we got a pick one segment.
Okay.
Which one would you let your partner do? Be a phone sex operator, but has to have sex with one customer a week, or be a male gigolo?
So, I would let them be a phone sex operator because I can be a client and they can have sex with me.
Oh, good answer.
You a finesse, aren't you?
That's an excellent answer. That is an excellent answer. Shout out to the sirens, because y'all got some shit with y'all. Juice?
I mean, you can't really top that.
Yeah, you can. That's all. She done finessed it.
That was a really good one. But if you had to, which one would you go?
I would also go with phone sex operator because that's like once a week versus everybody. The gigolo had to have sex with everybody.
Okay. You got one?
I'm gonna go with option C. I'm gonna have OnlyFans, but she can only show feet pics.
Listen, there is money in that.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what we heard. We've been trying to get Juice to go on there, but she refused to.
Listen, you ain't even got to show your face.
You hear that?
See?
So wait, sidebar. So if you was gonna convince Juice, because you're a very convincing person, just by talking to you this time, if you could convince Juice to be to have an OnlyFans to only show her feet, what's your pitch line?
So I mean, here's the thing about it, right? You have pretty feet. You're already on Instagram, which means you're already on your phone, which means it doesn't really take anything to take a photo of your feet and upload it on OnlyFans. You're not showing your face. They don't know your name. You're making money for something that you were born with, your feet. I mean, it's a no-brainer to me. But, hey, some people don't like easy money. I get it. Like, it could be, maybe you don't like to take photos. Maybe you don't go get your feet done. I get it. Like, it could be a whole situation with that. But, like, if I had your feet, I would do it. I mean, it's up to you at the end of the day,
What?
I'm dead. You did all that and ain't even see my feet. That's wild.
Said that shit. Back of it. Said, if you like being broke, it's okay.
Do you have a degree in marketing too? And like, that was
no.
Damn, I almost got the camera for myself.
Like easy money.
That's that. Man, wait, where are you from? Are you from Cali or?
I am. I'm from Los Angeles.
Okay, yeah, y'all be talking. Y'all got that talk with y'all. That damn. I think she could convince Nat to do it too. Yeah.
I think so too.
I think Nat would definitely do it. Now.
Wait, did you pick?
Oh no, I ain't pick.
Always trying to finesse.
Gotta call me out. I would go with. I think the easiest one would be girl 6, because who wants their girl to get hit every week? Or some different guys? Nah.
But that's what you mean. You still having sex with one customer a week.
Yeah. You wrote the question.
I did, right? All right. I would still go with girl. I would still go with phone sex operator. I just feels more safer. It just sounds better. You actually, what your girl do? She talk on the phone.
Customer service.
Exactly.
We're gonna call center.
That's it. You can easily hide that. Now, do you have any advice for first time people that come to the kink games, to the Kinky Game Night? Like, if you give them three advice, what would you tell them?
1, be open-minded. Be open to the experience. Number 2, move in comfort. You know, like not everything is for you, and don't think that everything has to be for you. So do what you're called to. You know, do what interests you. And that might just be looking. You might just be a voyeur. You might just want to kind of take in the scene. Do that. Do what feels good. And the last one would be understand that it's a privilege to be in the space. So check your mindset at the door. You know, don't come in thinking like, well, I paid this and I need to see what I get from this, because you will be removed from the space. We're not trying to prove anything to you. We are what we are. You are asking to come into our space and realm. So just make sure that you come in with the right mindset.
What's the wildest thing you ever seen happen at a game night?
Like the shit thing?
I've never seen that. Like, you know, I've never seen scatting happening at like a game night or something like that. I feel like that is probably something that would happen more.
That gotta be like super private.
Yeah. I think that would be definitely something. Or like maybe at a fetish type party. Like that's what they do at that party, you know? Caters to that. So the wildest thing that's subjective of what is wild. You know, like
you like
it's just
some people, you know, like what they like.
To me, what is wild to me could be very normal to a lot of people. You know, and then it's like, okay, well then now I'm sounding judgmental because I'm like, so the wildest thing I saw was this girl, right? And it's like now all the people that do that is gonna be like, what?
Well, I'm not like, saying like something that could have just caught you off guard, like, whoa.
Oh, okay. So something that a culture shock to me. So shock value would probably be, God, I don't know. That's hard.
We'll let you get back to that one. Now
it's a little hard.
Now, we went on your Instagram page, and I just want you to explain some things you posted, like 2 posts. Let me share the screen first. Okay, now this right here.
Pet play.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh no, Deuce got the same cage.
Now, have you ever joined?
Have I ever done pet play?
Yeah.
I have done some light pet play with Tiny, which that's the practitioner that owns the cage. But I'm not a pet. I'm not a pet in the kink world, or more so, I've never really experimented too much with pets. Like I don't know if I'm a cat or a bunny.
Wait, you have to know what you are?
So you not that you necessarily have to know what you are, but you definitely, yeah. I mean, you have a pet, like you are a pet,
like an avatar.
It's a type of submission. So like I'm a submissive, but I'm not a pet submissive. Like people that are into pet play, that's how they get into submission mode. Like they'll become the pet that they identify. So if someone is like a puppy, they'll act like a puppy. They'll wag their tails. They'll come to you. They want to be fed snacks. They'll do tricks and stuff like that. And basically, it's really just their way of going into a space where they don't have to think about anything. Subs are usually people who have a lot going on. Like, you'll be surprised. A lot of powerful people are probably submissives in their personal life, and that's because that's the one place where they don't have to have it all together. They can pretend like they have no cares in the world, so they like to go into a submissive space. They like to be told what to do. They like to be completely absolved of all responsibility, and it's usually because they're actually very important and powerful people in real life on a day-to-day setting. So
that is. So what pet would y'all pick if y'all had to pick a pet?
Pussycat.
Ty.
Luke.
I'm gonna pick a sloth. I'm gonna just lay there.
Yo, what? Yo, I swear, yo, why was I thinking about that? Yo? To be in a sloth.
They,
go
move,
lay
they just move slow.
So you want to be a pillow prince?
Oh,
Oh, tomato.
Luke, I had pillow prints, man. Damn.
Both of y'all both said
I don't, no, I didn't say. I didn't pick.
I was just thinking that.
Yeah, but I didn't pick that.
So what you picking?
Bitch, I'm a dog. Roof. That's what I'm picking. Damn, a pillow prince. That's interesting. All right, we have another one that we was asking what's going on here. Let me see. This page is really one of the wildest pages I've ever seen. It's really good. I like this page when I first saw it.
Thank you. When you first saw it,
Yeah, remember I first saw this like about at least like a year ago.
you still like it, right?
And now
Of
he
course.
visited every day since.
Hey, what's up on my application? You'll see it. Now, this right here.
That's also so that's like dom and sub. They could be a pet or they could just be submissive, like their own. That is when a person has a collar and a leash. It means that they're owned. She is owned by him.
Oh, now, is that you?
Paper planes, Mary Jane.